excited to be up here and share my secret with you all today. I'm going to start with some numbers. 7, 5, 3, 21, 28, 15, and then my bonus number is 9. You're probably thinking I've just given you the numbers for the 649, but I probably didn't. Those numbers actually represent my personal breast cancer experience. Numbers play a very important role in all of our lives. We use them to measure milestones, successes, our weight, our height, our dates to remember. I'm in sales, and everything that I do revolves around numbers. I measure everything by numbers. Never in my life have I feared getting numbers until I met with a surgeon one day, and they told me my numbers were 7 by 5 by 3. Those numbers add up to a stage 3 cancer. I was 39 years old. I had found the lump, luckily myself, and just so we all know, early screening is still the most important way to find a breast cancer. It's very unusual to find it through self-detection, and I urge you to all go for screening before it becomes a very aggressive part of your life. When I discovered my lump, it was only 2 years ago, next weekend. And the unusual thing is that I have no family history of breast cancer. There was no signs. I wasn't tired. I was healthy. I was energetic. I was out there having a great life. And I went with my intuition. I went to the doctor, and the next thing I know, I'm going through a multitude of tests. And at the end of all of my tests, I go in and I meet with somebody, and I'm given what I lovingly refer to as my prize pack. And this prize pack is an accumulation of research and funding that has taken place through the years. And this is put together by the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation. And inside of this package is a lot of answers to a lot of concerns that we may have. And one of my concerns was trying to figure out what I did to cause this. So I flipped through the little book and tried to figure it out. And it says, some of the contributing factors, and they're not all. Family history. So, no, all my family, nobody has cancer. It's all about me. Later in life pregnancy. Well, as Christian attested, I'm a Surrey girl, so that means that I had my kids at a very young age. I'm now 41 years old and proud to say that I have an SFU graduate and a 23-year-old. Repeated use of contraceptives. Well, if you go back to my last statement, I think you know that wasn't a problem for me either. Hormones, absolutely far too young to be doing any kind of hormone therapy. Diet, okay, well, you got me on that one. I maybe overindulged, but for the most part, I'm still very healthy. So how is it that we can do all of the right things and still get the wrong results? And that was very concerning for me. So having to digest, I have my surgery, I recover well. I'm in this fabulous mindset that I'm healthy and I'm young and I'm going to get through this easy. I read everything in the prize pack, I'm doing everything right. I recover from my surgery, and I finally meet with my oncologist. And he proceeds to tell me that I'm young and I'm healthy, and I'm going, yeah, I know, it's great, right? I'm in great shape. And he goes, then he starts dropping a few other numbers to me. He says, you're young and you're healthy, which means your cells like to divide quickly. And I'm going, yeah, that's why I heal so fast, right? Like, this is really, really good. He goes, well, actually, the unique thing about cancer is your cells divide, but they forget to die, unlike the healthy ones. I'm like, okay. And he goes, the type of cancer you have accelerates your cells dividing and caused a very aggressive form of cancer. And so I'm trying to get my head around this because I always thought that cells dividing were a good thing and regenerating and prided myself on being healthy. Then, you start to digest it, and I'm going, so they forgot to die. And they're just hanging out in there like unwanted guests. You know, they're mutating, they're, residing in organs or tissue or bones or even a bloodstream, and I didn't invite them. They're not my guests. They're like these crazy southern cousins that just breed like jackrabbits, and I can't get rid of them. I'm kind of competitive, and I just, I've always said it's all about me. So why are these guys hosting when this is all about me? He proceeds to tell me that I'm going to need 21 rounds of chemotherapy, 28 rounds of radiation, and this is going to take place over 15 months. I'm 40 years old and you're telling me that I've got to go through 15 months. 15 months of not going to work, of not doing the things that I love to do. And in all honesty, 15 months was harder to digest than being told that I had cancer. And you start to go through it. It's kind of just like childbirth. You have these moments where, it's intensely difficult. And then all of a sudden, those numbers start dwindling down. And instead of having 21 rounds of chemo, you're down to 1 round of chemo. You had 28 rounds of radiation, and you're finally down to, 2 or 3 or 1. And all of a sudden, it's all done. And that was my bonus. On March 9th of this year, I walked into my oncologist's office, and he said, "This is goodbye." Thank you very much. It's often said that strength are in numbers. And those numbers that I once feared and felt were unlucky, I know now are my lucky numbers. They're my lucky numbers because groups like this gather and they donate to fund research. Many walked this path before me, and their equation did not net the same results that mine did. Thank you to anyone before me who gave so that I could be here to share with you. In the province of British Columbia, we boast a 91% success rate for breast cancer. 1 in 9 of us will experience this in our lifetime. Please help join us today to give us a perfect number so that nobody else wins this lottery. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dale. Wow. That puts it in perspective, and that's why you're